Welcome to Cannabis School. I'm your host, Jesse Angeles.
And I'm Brandon Elder.
And we're here to talk to you about everything pertaining to cannabis, from vape,
Flower,
edibles,
strains,
and everything in between. Well, we've got an amazing strain today. Gosh, I say that all the time. Let's go back.
Yeah, but I think it's okay because this has been your go-to strain for
It really has.
work and just about everything, it seems like.
And the unusual part, it's a hybrid strain, but it's indica leaning.
Yeah. For
And-
you as a daytime one, that's
Well, and it's like something that
change-up.
I explained to you. So, kids, we're talking about Gelato Faceoff. Gelato Faceoff is a hybrid strain of Gelato X and
Faceoff OG.
OG. And so it's a good combination, but
It's funny. Well, this has been one of your favorite strains, your go-to, all of this. I still don't know if I have tried it.
dude, that's awesome because then you need to partake first. So go ahead and puff so we can start getting you feeling it. I know how it makes me feel, but I'm going to explain it as we're going along. But one of the reason why I really like this strain is that even though the sedative properties of that one for ADHD, it was really great. I was able to get a lot of things done. I'm working with this company at the very moment on a corporate restructure. Like, it's a whole crazy mess. I don't know how the fuck
You've
I
been
got
there
in
for
there.
months.
I've been there for 8 months.
Yeah, helping them out with all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, it's been crazy, but the thing is that they're like, hey, we need to get this website done. And they had probably about 40 pages, like website pages. And you don't think about how big it is until you actually get into it. But it took me 3 days. And even my wife was like, I think you're smoking too much. And I'm like, why? She goes, you've smoked like 3 bowls in the last 2.5 hours. I'm like, wow, that is a lot for me. And that day I probably had like 7-8 bowls.
How much work did you get done?
I got it all knocked out.
Okay, so you were
I wasn't
super
sleepy.
productive.
Yeah, I was super productive. And that's kind of the idea why I would test anybody who is a very hardcore sativa user. And you'll say this. The reason why you're saying it is because of how you felt on one strain. But if you're not looking at the terpene profiles and what it can do for ADHD, and I've talked to a lot of other people who live with ADHD, is they like cannabis because it slows down your thoughts.
Yeah.
So you can focus on them. And I was able to put together, like, dude, I wrote 81 pages in a Word doc for this.
That's a lot.
And it was a lot. And, dude, I just felt great on it, sitting in the kitchen.
This went straight to my head. That was
Yep.
the first thing I noticed. Not just my head, but my mind. That was what I noticed is as soon as I hit this, my brain is what felt it first. And I was like, holy shit. That is not typical for me. I feel like usually I feel it my head, my face, like somewhere, not my brain. But that felt like it went straight to my brain, but not in like a foggy way. So over the last couple weeks, though, you guys probably noticed there was a couple fuck-ups with the show.
Yeah, we had to switch software due to...
Well, Adobe raised our price,
Yeah.
doubled it. And I was like, man, that's so much just for the software. And my brother had gotten me Final Cut Pro a year ago, and I've just never taken the time to try and learn it. And when Adobe was like, hey, we're raising your price, I'm like, well, I guess this is when we switch softwares.
This is when we part ways.
And so I was trying to do the editing through there, exporting it, and apparently it wasn't, the color codec was not accepted by Spotify. So even though we host through Spotify, uploaded through Spotify, it gave us no errors at all.
Because of the color?
The episode day would go to launch, and it would launch everywhere but Spotify.
Yeah.
And I spent hours working with Spotify, tried to it was such a pain. Jesse ended up getting us back on Adobe, found us this great deal with a guy he knows who works there. So huge shout out to Michael. He probably doesn't even listen to the show.
No,
but
that's the thing. Michael doesn't do it. His wife does. His wife partakes, but he does not. But the funny thing, he's like, but I would try psilocybin.
Interesting.
He's a cool guy.
There was a guy I used to work with. He was obviously we live in Utah, so he was Mormon. And we were sitting at work, and we'd always talk about podcasts and stuff, and he would be big into listening to Joe Rogan. and he was very anti using cannabis. However, he was like, "Yeah, I'd try psilocybin." And same thing. I'm like, "What in the world?" It's a very interesting mindset, I think, to take that type of psychedelic, but stay away from a mild, like,
It's the stigma. So one thing about Gelato Faceoff that I've really, really, really liked is that weird kind of, it fools you into thinking if you read it from indica or sativa. And that's why I'm asking for my sativa brothers and sisters. Give this one a chance because of how much it helps with the focus. Now, if you smoke quite a bit, I have noticed that I'm really kind of slower, but I'm still very aware.
okay,
But I can go to sleep on it.
interesting. So, like, at the end of the night is a really good one as well.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to combo too. It's a
I've
nice.
noticed you've done a lot of combos with this.
It is. It's a real nice base strain to, you just want to feel really good, but then you can add like apples and bananas to it, like I talked about
You're
before.
super giggly.
Yeah, we were playing the game, and I was just, it was, we were laughing
Yeah.
at, we're just being kids.
Or mixing it with magic.
Oh,
You
dude,
know?
how clear did that make us?
Yeah, very clear. So that's also, it just becomes a very good pairing strain.
Yeah, it's such a great pairing strain, and the flavor's not bad. The flavor's not bad at all. I mean, we say that quite often, that some of the strains, like, they taste like this or that, but this has a very neutral strain taste.
Yeah, it's kind of sweet, a little bit fruity through there.
Yeah.
It's supposed to maybe have citrus notes, and it might depend on the grower. You know,
Very like silky smooth, like almost a creamy. Like, that's the word that comes to my mind is creamy. Not that way. Ugh, gross. But it's very smooth. It's velvety. Yeah.
it's milky, half a bong hit in there.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm gonna clear it. Jeez.
Oh yeah, well, like that's quite a hit there. Got him. I do notice this one makes me cough. But
It does make me cough. I do know that it's really nice, but it's so productive. It's so much more fun. Like, we did a recording earlier, and this recording, um, like, I feel like I'm back into it. I was still like, I had quite a bit of the other uh mixture of dabs and pipes, the bong, and then the vaporizer. Like, we went through everything.
yeah,
Except,
we did.
yeah, we did everything. I mean, I didn't do the carts. You guys did some carts, but I was just like, damn. I mean, I was plenty high. But
Oh,
then
yeah.
now, even with this, I feel it, but in the body, it's really relaxing. Like, just, you just let that, that tension that we get sometimes, like when you're in like the middle of traffic.
Yeah,
Like,
like
it's
just tightness.
yeah, it
'cause
just
you'll-
relaxes. This is really nice. You could sleep on it, but you could also do anything throughout the day. Now, if you're a new beginner in flower or with cannabis in general, this one would not be a great strain to start out with during the day, but at night. And the reason why I'm saying it is that it's a controlled space. You're not going to have to get up and go anywhere, hopefully, because I've been consuming cannabis for a while. Brandon's been consuming cannabis for a long time. Would you recommend this to like somebody brand new to it?
maybe in a low dose. It's just like what method of consumption. And, there'll be an episode with Alex, the bud tender, that you guys will hear where he talks about, he's really asking about what their intent, like why they're using it,
Yeah.
what their purpose is for it. That purpose might really affect the method of consumption for that too. Of like, hey, maybe try an edible or a joint or a bong hit or, a vaporizer or a tincture. It just depends on what their intent, like why they're actually taking it, what their background as a person is. Because I think a lot of people's it can come from, have they ever tried any substance? Because some people are very straight laced, that they've never done anything. And so the idea of smoking or inhaling anything is really hard for them.
Yeah, and that's where I think that carts give them a really weird comfort. Um, and I can only say that after years of using carts. Like we used carts from the beginning of the show was primarily carts that we
We did a
reviewed.
lot. I still did a lot of flour.
Yeah, we did flour too, but it was different because we didn't do it on the show.
Yeah. The beginning was very,
It was
very
rough.
different.
It was rough. And
It was
then you go
such a
back and
different
listen to
experience.
then. It's yeah, I mean, they were short, really short, but we just needed to make sure it was going to be. I mean, the editing once the time went up went crazy.
Well, also at the beginning, I was just so particular because we had a lot more ums and uhs and
Yeah, and you
filler
get rid of
words.
that.
And so me trying to go and edit all that out was like, man, this is going to be really choppy, or it took way longer. And so, now we have way less of that. And
Yeah.
so it's just a much more better flow. So
Well, and that kind of goes along with learning how to communicate with others.
where are
Because
you feeling this right now?
oh, it's all in my head and in
I
my
feel
body,
it a lot in my face.
and it's warm.
Yeah, and like I feel it through the center of my core. I feel like through the center of my body.
You see why this is such a
But
chill strain?
yeah,
Like I don't feel like rambling. I mean, I was going into a direction cuz I do that. I chase shiny objects, but I'm easy to pull back. That hash? Nope.
yeah, it'd be all over the place.
Yeah, I
It'd be
was all over
wild.
the place in that conversation.
Well, it's really weird because like I kind of feel it within my body, but not so particular in any way that I'm like, I really feel it here. I really feel it here.
No.
It's like it's
All over and it's warm.
yeah,
It's like almost being in front of a heater.
yeah,
That's weird.
isn't it?
That's so weird because like I feel it like there's a heater in front of me,
Yeah,
and it's like
all
those.
across my forearms.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh shit, guys, you got to get this. This
Yeah,
is
right?
awesome. Well, if you think about it, this is one of my favorite strains to smoke when we're playing games
Oh, I could see that.
and
Yeah.
when I'm working on business shit.
Now I see why you liked this one so much.
Right? It's so like it's great, and if you're slowing down, it slows down with you. So it's like the perfect energy drink. You drink it, all the energy stays there until you need it. Like that'd be crazy. Time released
Stored
caffeine.
energy. Yeah.
That would be crazy. If you're thinking about a product, it needs to be time released energy with caffeine. That would be crazy. That would be a whole different thing if you could time it, like where it releases every 5 to 6 hours.
Oh, that'd be weird.
In a little
Yeah.
dose, it's just enough to get the adenosine in your mind to believe that you're not really tired. Because that's
Stay
all
up
that
for
it is,
weeks.
right? But this gives you that great feeling of like, I could do something because of that warmness. It really does. Like, that's so cool. You pointed out because I knew something I felt, but when you said it's like you started describing like warmth, and I feel it.
It feels weird. Yeah, like it's so different than most other strains, I feel like.
Yeah, you don't feel it. I mean, I slightly feel it in my chest, but it's not uncomfortable. It's just like it's sitting right there. But the thing that I think about is like I remember, uh, I don't know what happened. I had to go through a little bit of processing on my own, it's more self reflection. Since I've been doing all of this stuff with 12 Shapes, it's just you've heard me in conversations. I'm like, I'm like a perfect missionary for the church. If that was the, if indeed that was
The
me
Church
going
of
out for the
12
church,
Shapes,
yeah,
yeah.
the Church of the 12 Shapes, just because of
Missionary Destiny.
yeah, dude, totally
Elder Angelus.
Elder Angelus for
Here for
sure.
the Church of 12 Shapes.
Yeah, can I interest you in a quiz?
Have you heard about our Lord and Savior Kim Giles?
Oh, that's funny. Oh, Kim's gonna love that. She's gonna love it, and she's gonna be embarrassed too, which is even better.
That's funny.
But this helped me when I was having a panic. I was starting a panic attack, and I haven't had panic attacks for a while. And a lot of that came from this realization of that, going through 12 Shapes and stuff. When I was finishing it up, that's when I started smoking this. And it really connected me Yeah, that's probably why. It really connected me to what I was doing and how it didn't feel like something that would be gone, like all the other stuff that we've studied, right? NLP and, you know, never split the difference, right?
Yeah.
That type of negotiating, right? High level negotiating and all this stuff because we just thought it was cool to learn how
Well,
to
in
connect with
sales and
people.
marketing, and then realizing just like conversations with people,
Yeah,
it becomes
it
way more
becomes a really good
valuable.
tool,
Yeah.
like to how to get more information. But
Or
uh,
just connect more,
yeah, but
understand more.
this would be a great strain for me to learn things on because I'm relaxed enough to absorb the information.
And your mind's not racing because it's
No,
relaxed enough
this is like the
that you could really get into it.
well,
Yeah.
and this is like what people are chasing for cannabis and ADHD.
I could see that. Yeah.
This is fucking second to none. It is some of the best focus strains that just allow you to be able to take the information in because it comes in and then it's processing over and over and over and over and over and over. It does cause a little bit of dry mouth, which makes it really phlegmy in the back.
It's not the worst cottonmouth, but definitely some dry mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not bad, not horrible. If you mix it though with apples and bananas,
Then some super clicky, sticky mouth.
but it's the funniest time. Like you need to do that, dude. When we play Ghost again,
Yeah.
you gotta have that pen.
Well, I just have to pull some of this Gelato Faceoff down. The problem is it was all put away. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
oh, yeah, well, it seems like a process to get that all out right now. We're playing games. Like,
But now you can see why it's so much
yeah.
fun because I can allow.
Mixed with the giggly happiness of apples and bananas was like,
Yeah, it's a very
oh,
good mental
yeah.
health strain because the idea is that I can allow myself to be goofy. I can allow myself to not think of myself in such a serious manner all the time.
Yeah.
Because I've been working on that a lot for me and really breaking down my barriers with people that I create. If I didn't like somebody, that's my problem. That's my issue with me, not with them. And then I find a way to go and yeah, that's me. I shouldn't even be judging this person and I let that go like almost instantaneously. But with this strain because this is a mild psychedelic and that's why I think it's just so amazing on the learning process is that I learned a lot about myself smoking this and going through this program. And now, I mean, I know you've noticed how different I am and I own my shit now, not like somebody's holding it over me, like an accountability coach. And there's an actual job, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing.
Accountability coach where they just tell you to get your shit done. And it's like, yeah, but that can instantly end the moment I don't pay you again.
Right.
Right? Like you don't really control it. You don't control it. And that's another reason why I really like this strain is that man, it opens my mind to accept things. Like it's just that's why my wife got upset with me that night. This is all I was smoking. Within like 2 hours, I'd smoked like 4 bowls, full bowls. Like I was like, brr. And then I go back to the computer and I'm like, because my mind was able to slow down enough for me to be able to
Accomplish what you needed.
yeah, and express what I wanted to do. And it was so cool. But that's the reason the other part of the mental health is the accountability is my own. And to be empowered to be accountable is stronger than just telling people you're sorry because now you have something that's there to control you from doing or saying something that you already know you're going to regret. Like as soon as that hateful thought comes in your head,
Yeah.
you're already there.
And then when it escapes your mouth,
Yeah, you can't take it
it's
back.
like, oh, yeah, did I actually, like,
Yeah, you think about it after. And if you've got a
yeah.
close enough relationship, because like Brandon and I have had that, we've disagreed on a lot of things.
Oh, yeah. Well, because we're drastically different people. But, like, at
But
the end of the day, we both love each other and we know we're not always going to see eye to eye. And,
absolutely.
like,
We don't
that's
have to
okay.
be interested in everything that the other person's interested in. I mean, We can turn anything interesting usually. There's nothing that we can't do that we won't would be bored. We could sit here and talk for fucking hours, and
We do.
yeah, we do. And that's the cool thing. Like we don't it doesn't phase me, and it's the cool thing, and it's the reason why is because we understand these modalities of communications and language and tones and pitches. And then you're taking in all the other little things, movement. Like, it doesn't mean that they're lying. That's all bullshit. But you're being able to tell if they're stressed or if they're sad. There's
Yeah, you
certain,
can read more of their body language.
yeah, and truly reading it, not like this mirroring shit. Like they cross my,
Yeah, not copying them.
yeah,
But like actually reading
yeah,
their
mirror
body.
matching. And it really just is so cool. And I've learned all these things, but truly, man, like this system, and that's why I like this strain so much, because I'm attaching it to some type of memory. That's usually when, like, what was one of my favorite early strains that we had reviewed? Limoncello. Oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
that was
Yeah.
such a tasty, nasty disty.
But we need to get that back in flour
Oh
and
my
see what that's like.
gosh, that was so good. We did that. That one's a funny episode because Brandon had like this Italian restaurant themed and over there, and you're like bus boys in the background. Like it was so cool.
I
Brandon
forgot
creates
about
some of
that.
the most amazing stuff, like with the sounds and everything. Like you don't even want to watch a video of that one because it's so cool. That one is like the most visual still in
I
my
don't
head.
know if we even had video back then. I
No.
think it was only audio.
No, we did audio for a full year
Yeah.
and like a few months, and then you're like, let's just do it.
Yeah, well, it's because Apple had mentioned stuff about maybe introducing video. Spotify had added video, and then we looked at our analytics, and it was like half our audience base is Spotify. And, it was
Yeah.
just like, well, what if the algorithm pushes it better? Like, is it better to migrate to video? And yeah, it's a whole new thing to learn, but like,
Yeah, I
figure
mean,
out.
it's working, and we don't try to make this like crazy, like a huge set. Like I'm not saying that wouldn't be cool someday. I think that would be great. Then we can really make our setup the way we want it.
Oh, that'd be a
But
blast.
but even then, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like we've done it here for years.
Well, and we still just love.
We're just
It's
chilling.
the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, we can have crazy conversations. We had a crazy conversation yesterday, and it was awesome. I loved it because it was just dialogue.
Yeah.
And I was smoking this strain too, which allows me to be open minded.
And after that, I actually realized, because I had made a statement in our conversation, and I was like, I've heard this, but I've never done the research to see what's behind it. I still don't know how I feel about it, but I did research at least to have an understanding so I can better speak to it, because I'm like, I don't have a lot of information on this. I've heard stuff about it, but like, and I was going to tell you that today, but I'm like, yeah, we'll do it after the episode. It's like, I'll tell him. But it was just interesting because, you know me, I like to speak on things that I actually know. I don't like to. I'll say I've heard this, but I don't know like how credible it is, or like I haven't done any research on it on my own, because I don't. Some things I have done a ton of research, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing too. Like for me, I don't see, and this is, and everybody who's listening, you really kind of key into this. If you listen to this episode, you're going to find how communication changed differently. Brandon, I'm really open for discussion right now, right? Like, I mean, we're not going to go crazy right now, but I'm saying, like, I could have like a long discussion about things that we disagree with.
Probably.
And I wouldn't get upset. And I don't get upset anymore. And that's the crazy thing too with the 12 shapes and this strain coupled together. They come in a bundle pack for $9.95.
Oh, or at least 10%.
It's like this one comedian says, he goes, you can get this for 3 easy payments. He goes, why don't we have like one difficult one? Like you get 2 easy payments and 1 big fucking payment.
Right. There's one pain in the ass payment.
Yeah, one pain in the ass. Yeah, exactly.
You'll be good after.
Oh, but but what it's given me there is it's given me the idea that well, and it gives me the consciousness to be able to accept me and all the things that I'm doing now for my life is moving in a trajectory faster than I thought would go. And the thing is I'm more aware of everybody, and I don't give to get, truly, cuz I said that for a long time, but yeah, I had something in mind. I called myself out on that. I'm like, "No, I had intentions. Like I wanted their business." But now I'm just like, I'm there to help somebody, just to help somebody. Like, I'm
Yeah.
going to help you. And and it's been coming back like crazy, crazy opportunities just popping up for me, for you. And it's just cool because it's now I just have the moment to actually stop and appreciate what is going on around me. Can you see that, like, with this strain? Like, this is a good, like, if I'm getting heated, I'm going to go fucking,
Smoke this.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know this is going to chill me out. But I'm going to be aware and conscious, not all droopy.
Because you're not foggy. You don't have any, like, I don't feel displaced at all.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it allows your subconscious to be and you can slow it down. Like that's why, alcohol and domestic violence is not a good mix. I don't know why.
Right.
But it's that,
They just seem to pair together so often.
yeah, but I
I
want
can
to smoke
imagine.
this all the time. I smoke others because I'm like, well,
I guess I should swap it up.
but dude, it's an amazing strain. If you guys have I mean, this one is a Oregon strain.
That's where
So,
ours came from. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, those beautiful people over there, they're partaking of some amazing kush. But you may have it close to you. It's not, it's a moderate to high THC level in this,
So
but
go low, go
yeah,
slow.
yeah, low and slow. It's like 21 to 28.
Yeah. Um, but again, if you can find any other face-off variations, the hash that we had tried was also a Skittles face-off OG
Yeah,
mix. So,
I got Gemini face off.
oh, nice. That's fantastic. So maybe face-off is just a good strain to pair with them. So if you look for any other variations, let us know if you've
Yeah.
tried any of those and what you guys' thoughts are.
Yeah, and remember, hey guys, support the show. Go ahead and go down to the
Oh yeah.
links.
Trying to
Click
get
on
Hall
those.
of Flowers,
Yeah, cauliflowers. We got a lot of
a
things
couple other events.
we want to change up our set.
Get a new guest mic,
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
So
And let us know if you don't want to go through those ways. We will provide a Venmo that you can be able to send that to, and we'll give you instructions on that if that's the way you want to do it. That's been holding you up over there. We just want to tell you we appreciate everything you guys do for us. That's why we create this every single week for you.
Yeah, we love you guys. Keep tuning in and showing up. And
Tell us, if you want to help support the show, tell us how you want to support the show.
yeah, actually, that would be a great way.
Yeah,
So,
if you just reach out to us through that directly, anybody who's reached out to us knows that we do respond.
love you guys.
Slancha.
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 Yeah, it's like a thing the Scottish would say.
Oh, okay.
That's like cheers.
All right.
It's in the Gaelic.
Slancha.
Slancha.